Hi everybody, happy Wicked Wednesday and welcome to Shivers. As mentioned earlier this year, each month we'll put a spotlight onto an influential person in the horror world. For our second highlighted person, our first is Marilyn Manson. Today we're talking about Cassandra Peterson, aka Elvira. Cassandra Peterson was born in Manhattan, Kansas. When she was a toddler, she was scalded by boiling water, which required skin grafts to cover over 35% of her body, resulting in her having to spend 3 months in the hospital. In a 2011 interview, Peterson stated that as a child, she was more fascinated by horror-themed toys because of this incident, while other people were occupied with Barbie dolls. In elementary school, she watched House on Haunted Hill, which was the first horror movie she ever saw. During her teens, Peterson worked as a drag queen, a go-go dancer, in Colorado Springs at a gay bar, and at Club A-Go-Go, which was a nightclub in Colorado Springs. She graduated from Palmer High School in Colorado Springs as well before moving to Las Vegas. Inspired by Anne Margaret in the film of Viva Las Vegas, during high school, Elvira, or Cassandra, convinced her parents to let her see a live show where she was noticed by the production staff, despite being only 17 years old. She convinced her parents to let her sign a contract, and immediately after graduating high school, she moved to Las Vegas, where she became a showgirl in Frederick Apcar's pioneering Viva Les Girls at the Dunes. There she met Elvis Presley, with whom she went on a date. She had a small role as a showgirl in the James Bond film Diamonds Are Forever in 1971, and played a topless dancer in the film The Working Girls in 1974. In the early 1970s, Peterson moved to Italy and became the lead singer of an Italian rock band. After being introduced to film director Federico Fellini by the producer of a documentary on the Las Vegas showgirls in which she had appeared, she landed a small part in the film Roma in 1972. When she returned to the United States, she worked at the Playboy Club in Miami as a showgirl in the 1973 review Fantasies of Love, and later signed up with Hugh Hefner's Playboy modeling agency, working as a hostess and a model. She also toured nightclubs and discos around the country with musical comedy act Mama's Boys. In her 2021 memoir, Yours Cruelly, Elvira, she writes, "Perhaps the biggest mistake I made in my 20s was posing nude for a husband and wife photography team who basically bullshitted me into doing what they said was a test shoot for Penthouse magazine. They guaranteed me if I did this, it would never be seen anywhere publicly. I never saw or heard from them again after this, and as far as I knew, that was the end of that, until 1981 when I became famous. Those photos then all appeared in every sleazy men's magazine on the stand, and there wasn't a thing I could do about it." Peterson, after that, has appeared in several adult magazines, including Modern Man, Playgirl, and Swank, among others. In 1979, she joined the Los Angeles-based improv troupe The Groundlings, where she created a Valley Girl-type character upon whom the Elvira persona is largely based. Peterson was one of the 2 finalists for the role of Ginger Grant for the third Gilligan's Island television movie in 1981, but was dropped before filming. Shortly after that, KHJ-TV offered her the horror host position of Elvira. In 1981, 6 years after the death of Larry Vincent, who starred as a sinister Seymour of Los Angeles weekend horror show called Fright Night, show producers began to bring the show back, and they wanted to use a hostess. That is when they turned to a casting call. Peterson auditioned and won. She then looked up to Sharon Tate's character in The Fearless Vampire Killers and created the Elvira look, drawing inspiration from Kabuki makeup book and the hairstyles of the Ronettes. Shortly before taping, producers received a cease and desist letter from Numi. Besides the similarities in the format and the costumes, Elvira's closing line for the show, wishing her audience unpleasant dreams, was very close to Vampira's closer of Bad Dreams, Darling, uttered as she walked down a mystery corridor. The court ruled in favor of Peterson, holding that the likeness means actual representation of another's appearance and not simply close resemblance. Peterson claimed that Elvira was nothing like Vampira, aside from the basic design of the dress and hair. Vampira's image was claimed to be based on Morticia Addams, a character that appeared in the New York Magazine. Peterson's Elvira character rapidly gained notice with her tight-fitting, low-cut, cleavage-displaying black gown. Adopting the flippant tone of a California Valley girl, she brought a satirical, sarcastic edge to her commentary. She reveled in the dropping risque double entendres and making frequent jokes about her cleavage. In an AOL Entertainment News interview, Peterson said, "I figured that Elvira is me when I was a teenager. She's a spastic girl. I just say what I feel and people seem to enjoy it." Her camp humor, sex appeal, and good-natured self-mockery made her popular with late-night movie viewers, and her popularity soared. The Elvira character soon evolved from an obscure cult figure to a lucrative brand. She was associated with many products through the 1980s and 90s, including Halloween costumes, comic books, action figures, pinball machines, Halloween decor, etc. She's appeared on the cover of Femme Fatale's magazine 5 times, and her popularity reached its height with the release of 1988 feature film, Elvira, the Mistress of the Dark, on whose script, written directly for the screen, Peterson collaborated with John Paragon and Sam Egan. After several years of attempts to make a sequel to Elvira, the Mistress of the Dark, Cassandra and her manager and then husband, Mark Pearson, decided to finance a second movie. In November of 2000, Peterson wrote, again in collaboration with Paragon, and co-produced Elvira's Haunted Hills. The film was shot in Romania for just under $1 million. With little budget left for promotion, Cassandra and Mark screened the film at an AIDS charity fundraiser across America. For many people in attendance, this was their first opportunity to see the woman behind the Elvira character. On July 5, 2002, Elvira's Haunted Hills had its official premiere in Hollywood. Elvira arrived on scene at her premiere in her macabre mobile, driving a hearse. The film was later screened at the 2003 Cannes Film Festival. In September of 2010, Elvira's movie Macabre returned to television, this time with public domain films. In October of 2014, it was revealed that a new series of 13 episodes had been produced, The 13 Nights of Elvira, streaming on Hulu only. The show premiered on October 19, 2014, running through Halloween. As of late, and the most recent, in September of 2018, Cassandra was working to develop a direct sequel to the 1988 Elvira, Mistress of the Dark, and create an animated Elvira project that she hopes to release later in 2024. She's basically spent the last 40 years playing Elvira and considers herself the horror hostess with the mostest. Elvira, no matter what your opinion is of her, is someone who has really paved the way for sexuality and women to be in the horror world. And for that, she's really cool. And she's also 72, 76 years old at this point, and she's absolutely beautiful. So that is someone that we can all learn from and admire, and our highlighted person of the day. So let me know, did you like her movies? Do you like her as a character? What is your opinion? And as always, thank you for listening. Hope you enjoyed. Check out our meetup page and all other pages to see what is going on with Shivers. I have also now posted my book, Burn Her Down, on TikTok, so you can see that as well. And I will see you all very soon.